Hey there, Pipers. Still drinking. I'm coming at you guys today with a video response, and this goes out to the TinFoilHatPipeDude. I believe that's his name. It's been a little while since I've seen a video. I know he has his real name on there too, but it's escaping me at the moment. But anyway, he was questioning. He had a question for the community where his jarred tins of tobacco, of course he didn't have the mason jars, he has the flip top with the rubber seal, and he did specify that it is glass and not plastic, but his jars would start to get like a humidity or a scummy film on the inside, and I just wanted to kind of address that because, you know, he was curious as to, and he wanted to make sure nothing was going wrong with his tobacco. He was afraid, you know, maybe with all of that moisture, maybe mold or something. You know, he just didn't want his cellar to be ruined after seeing all that scumminess in his jars. Now, my question for you, my friend, is what is your humidity level like? Because as you can see, the reason I ask is I also have the same problem. And I wouldn't really call it a problem. It's just something that's odd that happens to my containers. Is that I will get that kind of film in there, as you can see. And this is an aromatic. So I was thinking, or, you know, I know what you're thinking. Oh, you know, it's maybe because it's so cased. But this had also happened to me on Penzance that I had. That bag I had gotten, I opened it up and stuck it in a jar. And the little headspace that was left in there would produce this as well. But all I would do is when I get it, kind of shake up the tobacco, and you see it kind of rubs. Oh, it's not going to pick up on the fucking camera, but it rubs the film out. You know, it's just like moisture. I'm assuming that's kind of maybe evaporating because of the heat and then collecting on the sides here. But I would just shake up the tobacco and it would kind of scrub it off and put it back on the tobacco, so you're not losing any flavor. I don't know if it's coming out. It's a little bit clearer now. It's not as thick of a cloud. I mean, there's still a little layer of, a little tinge to it from the, I assume, the nicotine or tar or whatever that could be in there. Maybe it's even just the casing. It doesn't happen to too many of my jars, but like I said, I've had it done, or I've had it happen to aromatics and non-aromatics alike, as well as Englishes. So it could be, I guess, the moistness of the tobacco. It could be, but I've also had like little pieces of Stonehaven, which is to me very moist, and that hasn't clouded up. So I don't know what causes it. I just know the tobacco seems to be fine for me. It's been 5 or 6 months that I've seen that happen to my cellar tobacco, and it's not just out in the open like the ones here. I do have a cupboard upstairs in the shade, totally away from any sunlight or any heat. And it did it to my Mississippi River as well. It just had that film on that little bit of headspace that was in there, and I would just shake it up and it would kind of scrub it off, and it's still fine. I didn't see any mold. I don't see any type of spores or anything popping up. No real change in the tobacco itself, so I wouldn't worry about it. I was just thinking the only thing that I have here is a lot of humidity, and it never really gets, I guess, too hot or too cold, so I don't know what else would kind of cause that film to develop, especially with the ones I have in my little cellar, in my cupboard. Anyway, I know you'd gotten a lot of responses, and I just wanted to give you a little reassurance, I guess. It's happened to me as well, and I haven't had any problems, so just keep an eye on it, and I think you'd be alright. Anyway, stay smoky, my friends. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Get away, fucking flies, man.